Rod Dobell. I'm with the University of Victoria, was there initially as the director of the School of Public Administration, and now Professor Emeritus of Public Policy and Senior Research Associate with the Center for Global Studies. My interest is in the question of tapping the internet community for annotation of video clips from the seafloor, but I'm interested really in how that builds a foundation for people to become more engaged, more involved in the actual decision-making process, policy-making process with respect to coastal resources, coastal and ocean mapping, coastal and marine policy. So it's really, it seems to me there are a tremendous number of opportunities for building engagement and awareness and therefore participation, the foundation for participation in decision making. Well, there's a massive cultural barrier there. We have a tradition of professional science, and it's built on the notion of established expertise, wisdom accumulated through academic programs and then through long experience, creating a kind of elite authority which is hard to challenge from the amateur side. There's so one of the issues is simply the credibility of the information that comes through citizen science. But there's more generally there's the question of the legitimacy of the processes, which more and more involve citizens who aren't experts in the particular field under study, or who aren't experts in what is supposed to be the knowledge base that provides the foundation for decision making. So a lot of the analysis of decisions, a lot of the analysis of policy is undertaken in a very general way, with abstract systems without any real connection to the particular places in which the decisions are going to take hold and have an impact. So there's a real, Buzz Holling called it the two cultures in ecology. There's a kind of an analytic culture, and there's a much more integrative, less formal kind of culture, and one can argue both are equally legitimate, but and equally credible, but they're quite different, and they can lead to quite different stances with respect to public policy problems, or with respect to the action that's urged in response to public policy problems. Well, it needs more of the same to some extent. It needs more building of engagement, more building of awareness. I think it needs more respect within the post-secondary establishment. It needs more respect. It deserves more credibility in the policy-making processes, and it needs to be recognized as an important part of this ongoing attempt to bring what we think of as the facts in a policy dilemma into some kind of play with the values that are at stake in that same policy dilemma. Well, I think it could be a good organizing step. I mean, I think we heard a lot today about watershed governance and the work of citizen science at watershed scale, but that could translate into actual decision-making processes, participatory policy formation, watershed governance. A lot of the other examples, the one I'm involved with, involves a global community. It's internet-based. It's anybody, anywhere can be involved. So there's no regional component of that work. I mean, even though the ocean floor has its own particular locations, the issues are global. All of the challenges in dealing with social ecological systems face this problem of scale, and they face the difficulty that solutions that work at local scale very often can't be readily scaled up. One of the interesting things that struck me about some of the discussion this morning is that you can build some trust at local scale where people actually are in contact with one another, working together, which doesn't attach to, say, national scale activities.